Hello, everyone. Glad to see you back here at Silver Tears Tarot. And of course, welcome to the new folks. It's getting to be March already. And so, with that, it means spring is coming here in the Northern Hemisphere. And so, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, summer is about to give way to fall. So, we're going to take a look at the energies that are coming toward the collective during the month of March. And so, as always, it's going to be a general reading. It's going to be for all signs, and it won't resonate with everybody. But if you find that this does and that it is your story, what I've noticed is everything on this channel seems to be very much connected. So you may want to go ahead and subscribe so that you can, and maybe even look back at a couple of other videos to see if there's something in there that you would want to check out. So let's jump in and see what's happening for you in March. We're going to start out by looking at the energetic backdrop for you as we go across the month. So the energetic backdrop for this collective going across the month, this is the energy that you're swimming around in. And we've got the Nine of Mirrors. Okay, so there's some doubt here. The Nine of Mirrors is it's water energy, and it's about not being sure what it is that you truly want. So if you've been watching this channel, you'll notice that this is a very common card to come out, and comes out in the upright, comes out in the reverse, all kinds of things. But generally, it has to do with truly understanding what constitutes your wish fulfillment. So here is not having a full understanding of what constitutes your wish fulfillment. So be watching for that. There is something that is going to cause you to doubt what you think you already know as far as what it is that makes you happy. So let's take a look at the energy that's coming your way, or the energy that you're moving toward. And the way that I like to think about this one is, your free will can figure into it. So if you don't like what you see here, you have the option in a lot of cases to adjust it. Sometimes I say that and then something comes out that I don't have much faith that we'll be able to adjust. But most of the time it's, hey, yeah, I like it, or I don't. We've got the Hermit card. This is, here's one that I don't know if you'd want to adjust. It's basically going into your thinking cave. This is, the Hermit is a card of deep thought. It's a card of looking for solutions. It's looking for something that's going to answer a deep question for you. So it's okay to spend some time in that hermit cave, in that thinking cave, going after some questions or some answers that you've never been able to get to, but that have recently become very important to you, especially when we think about it in light of knowing that there may be something to think about, maybe something to understand with regard to whether or not you have a full understanding of what's going to make you happy. So let's see what sticks out the most about the energy of March. And it's interesting because as I'm hearing myself say about you knowing what makes you happy, I realize that so many of you are very aware of what makes you happy and what has made you happy. So when you get a bit of doubt as far as that sort of thing is concerned, it's something that might surprise you a little bit, but also a lot of you have become quite adept at looking in deeper when you see something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so we have Elfie, the star. The star card is typically about hope. It's typically about something that is, it's a fantastic and dreamy sort of energy, but it's real, okay? And it's something that you can definitely move toward. It's just something that hasn't necessarily materialized yet. Something to reach for, very much something to reach for, but also can be something that's very much destined. And it's got a little bit of that destiny feeling in it. So look for something that feels a little bit like destiny, even if it doesn't necessarily look like you're used to things looking. I don't believe this is a person. I believe it is a concept or an activity. So be looking for something that is, gosh, maybe you have a new hobby coming, but it's something that you wouldn't necessarily expect, you wouldn't necessarily identify with, and if you think about it, but you've got some reevaluation of your own energy going on here. So let's check out a critical energy that is acting upon you at this time. This could be something that's coming from outside of you, could be in your family or your social group. We have the Queen of Stones. All right, this is an influence. It's an influence that is a person, and it's somebody who has the Queen of Stones is Earth energy. It's like the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is very capable, very nurturing, is the head of that Ten of Pentacles family, along with the King of Pentacles, and it is truly a person who has the self-worth, this is somebody who doesn't get in a hurry about very much and yet accomplishes a great deal. That's kind of the energy that we have here, and that is an energy that is influencing you, and it says it's acting upon you at this time. So it's a direct influence from somebody who is could be a mother, but it's definitely doesn't have to be. It's got that motherly sort of energy, but that could be a very different relationship. It could be a coworker or just somebody that you've met that makes you feel really safe. But there's that element to it, and it's going to be helpful as you're determining what it is that you truly want, and possibly as you're walking towards something that you're not sure exactly what you think about it. So let's look into your hidden energies. What can you not see from where you're currently standing? Okay. And we've got the Four of Stones, something to let go, something to let go of. So the Four of Stones is that earth energy once again, and it has to do with not being miserly, and also with letting go of attachments and expectations. So there is something about letting go that is going to be significant for you, but we'll have to see what it is when we get in there to clarify. What I'd like to look for first for you is it's what you should be doing at this time to prepare for this energy that's coming towards you, which is a pensive energy. It's a thinking, deep thought sort of energy. What can you do to be prepared for this energy that's coming your way? The word accept already wants to jump into my mind. Oh, well, because you're going to have something to accept. The moon card in reverse speaks of something new coming your way. Usually it is light that illuminates something new for you that maybe you didn't know in the past. So that's kind of interesting. There's new information coming your way, and you're going to want to be as open to it as possible so that you can go and think about it. You're going to have something that wants to come and inspire you. You're advised to look closely at it, see if it is something that you'd be interested to do. But you're also being influenced by somebody that has this mother sort of safe energy, and hopefully can help you move through this I'm not so sure about things phase. That's what we see here in that current energy here in March. So you have a questioning energy in March. It's a The energetic backdrop is looking at this and saying, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at here. Um, okay, so the Knight of Cups is a card of action, but it's a card of emotional action. So be aware that there may be some tendency toward emotional action during the month of March, and that you may surprise yourself. This is a brand new things coming out of the ground, springtime sort of feeling. But there's more to it. There's something that can be done about this. So, first off, it's a lot of really fast moving energy. And secondly, it's energy that you have the capacity to bend to your will. So, the Five of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands, which is that fast moving energy. And then we've got the Five of Wands. Um, and the Knight of Cups was the one where we were talking about emotional action, and being ready to take emotional action. Things start to move relatively quickly from an energetic standpoint. But this Five of Wands, when we have it in the reverse, so it's a card of struggle, okay? But in the reverse, a lot of times what this will feel like is it's struggle that you can actually use to your advantage, or use to everyone's advantage. And that's kind of the sense that I get here. So it's like taking all of this energy that people are tossing into something and being able to align all of it so that it actually gets you someplace more quickly, instead of working against one another. So let's take a look at this storyteller, this hermit card, and this is what you can expect coming your way. So I feel like there's a bit of a connection between this artist, the artiste, and the storyteller, the hermit here. And I don't know that they're the same person, but I still feel like it's possible that this person makes it possible for you to gain the wisdom that you need to gain through that experience. And I dropped a couple of cards, but we don't want either of them. They both fell face down and without that glow around them. So let's see what wants to come out for the storyteller, which is also the hermit card in this deck. Going off into that thinking cave can be an interesting experience, and we've definitely got that here. So there's going to be a realization that something is not the way that it should be, not the way that you like it. This is the Justice card, and with it coming out in the reverse here, as it has, that is an indication that something isn't quite right. The Queen of Cups, it tells me that what isn't right is going to be a balance of energy associated with love. So, um, but what that could really mean in practical terms, you could be dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to interact with regard to emotions or is not able to um, behaves in a very codependent fashion. There are a couple of things that that could mean, but basically, you're running into a situation where you're seriously going to question what it is that you truly want. And you're going to see that something isn't right, and you've got to figure out how to get around it. But it's not going to be simple because there will be an emotional component to it that will probably throw you for a bit of a loop. So let's check out this, and definitely I'll be looking to see what comes out for the moon for this because that's how do you prepare for this energy that you're moving toward. So looking at El Play the Star and what sticks out the most about the energy in March, it's that sense of hope and something to reach for, something that's magnetizing you to reach for it. Um, and it's an inspiration. I used the word inspire earlier, and I thought that wasn't the word that I wanted, but when it came out, it was perfect. And so the Knight of Wands is also not necessarily, I would usually use the word inspire with the Page of Wands, but the way that this card feels is there's still a very inspirational sort of feeling about it. So there is this energy of inspiration, even as you're watching things move very quickly, even as you're questioning some things. It's an inspirational energy that can kind of take you with it. It absolutely wants to help to transport you and for you to be included. But it's going to bring you to a good place. So go ahead and jump on when it comes. So the Six of Swords is talking about moving from a place that is tumultuous waters to a place that is calmer. And moving to that calmer emotional space is only going to be possible if you allow yourself to be inspired by something that frankly, like I'm saying, doesn't necessarily look like something that is there to inspire you. This could be standing right in front of you. You might not recognize it for what it is. So be sure to look carefully at the options that are in front of you. And so looking at a critical energy that is acting upon you at this time, we got the artiste, the Queen of Stones. And this is that person that is very, very much um it's a loving, nurturing person. This person makes you feel safe more than anything else. They make you feel safe, and they make you feel like you can move forward and go grab whatever it is that is inspiring you over here, despite some of the factors that you may still be working through at the time that the opportunity arises. So be aware of that, but it's likely to bring you to a place that is really beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles, I talked about the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Stones being the head of household, the King and Queen of Pentacles being the Queen of, or I'm sorry, being the head of household for the Ten of Pentacles. And so the Ten of Pentacles household is that one where everybody has what they want, the resources are all there. Emotionally, they're satisfied. There's a lot of satisfaction and happiness here. This person's energy really brings that. But then there's that ability to reach out and do something really, really new. And that is energy that gets inspired in you to jump out and do something that is different. And I can't wait to see what happens for you in March because that is really exciting. Um, Let's look into this hidden energy though, this Four of Stones. So this is letting go of something, but it's like it was the vaguest message out of all of them. And usually I'll get at least some additional information about it, but this one's all about letting go. It was letting go of releasing attachments, letting go of expectations. There's a little bit of a sense of forgiveness. There it is. There's a little bit of sense of forgiveness that wants to come out with this as well. With the letting go comes forgiveness, and with that comes lack or pain falling away. So the Three of Swords, in the upright, it shows a person who is in agony, just absolute heartbreak, absolute sadness. Here in the reverse, they have found their way out of it. This is you letting go of something and finding your way out of some type of heartbreak or agony, something that's been bothering you for a while. But the key is going to be in letting go. And you guys, this reminds me of every reading over the past month where where you've been suggested to go out after something that is new and exciting, that it could be something that looks a little different from what you expect. This has shown up in personal readings, you guys. It's shown up all over the place. And to go forth and let go of your attachments, allow yourself to be drawn into and inspired by this situation so that you can move away from a place of imbalance into a place of greater balance. And here we have the balanced masculine energy that goes along with it. This is really a very just an incredibly positive energy. So let's look into this moon card, and see what is the best thing for you to be doing at this time to prepare for this energy of going off to find some solutions that are maybe about sticky problems, but something isn't right, and you are now's the time. Now's the time to go after it. Or, well, you're coming towards the time to go after it. So there's going to be an impasse, something that you haven't been able to see eye to eye with somebody on something, and it's created some challenges for you. So this is going to allow you to travel that emotional distance, or to think about traveling the emotional distance and get to a place of forgiveness, or get to a place where you could reconcile. So in some cases, in a lot of cases, we've got people that are eager to reconcile with someone, whether it be a family member, a loved one of some other type of relationship. There are a lot of folks where that I'm reading for that have a situation where they're not in connection with somebody, and this engenders that energy of being able to meet in the middle and find that place. But you also have to be prepared to take in some new information that may be a little bit um, maybe a little bit unexpected, and then you have to be able to take it and run with it. Take it and run towards this thing that's going to inspire you and that's going to ignite your soul. We keep seeing that, and I think that it's great that it shows up here in this reading too, because what this is telling us, this is the energy that's happening within March. So what that's telling us is that I keep saying look for it, and that you may be running across it. You may have it. Again, look right in front of you, because that's the best place to hide something like this. But also be aware that it may take a very different form than you might have expected. So I want to get you an advice card also, an oracle card. I always pull the oracle cards out, but I don't always feel the need to get you one or to use them. Sometimes we get through the end of the reading and I get the sense that we're done. We need to stop laying the cards down, and the messages have been given. And then other times it's no, no, I've got something else for you. Let's take a look. So we've got drawing down the moon. And the words here in the bottom are divine feminine, source, channel, and stillness. So this is a great one, and it's one that honestly I've seen a bit of this card here lately, and I think maybe it even came out on one of our readings here. The thing here to understand is kind of this, it's this energy that goes along with this Queen of Stones. So this energy that makes you feel safe, that comes from this person. Be aware that you will also be able to kind of generate this wisdom and this sense of the divine feminine within yourself. We have the divine masculine energy starting to balance out over here, and the divine feminine energy balancing out over here, which is more of a, this is an influence that's coming your direction, but it's influencing you to also balance out your feminine energy, which is going to help you to navigate forward and to be able to right some wrongs without without some of the nagging questions and difficulties that sometimes come along with that, because you'll have greater self-trust, greater self-mastery on an emotional basis. There's a lot of positivity that comes for you in March, but there is a lot of learning and a lot of lessons kind of wrapped around it. So I think I'm going to leave you with that. Tomorrow we'll do the soulmates version of this, and we'll see if any of these messages want to come out again in that. So this is much more of a general sense, just kind of looking at your overall situation, but we do see a lot of the messages that have come out for you historically. So thank you so much for being here with me. If this one did resonate, please do subscribe and like, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading.